August 5th, 2010. Deep beneath the harsh, sun-scorched landscape of Chile lies the San Jose mine. It is dark, claustrophobic, and unforgiving. At over 2,300 feet below the surface, miners are at work in near-total darkness, carving tunnels through solid rock. Suddenly, the ground trembles. A low rumble echoes through the tunnels. Rocks shift, falling from the walls, dust filling the air. Minor collapses shake the floor beneath their feet. Tension rises. The men exchange worried glances, sensing danger, but none could imagine the nightmare about to unfold. Then, without warning, a deafening roar shakes the mine. A massive section collapses, cutting off the entrance, trapping 33 men deep underground with no way out. Darkness swallows the tunnels. Panic and fear rise and the clock begins ticking. Survival now depends on every ounce of courage these men possess. The San Jose mine sits in the remote Atacama Desert, one of the driest, most inhospitable places on Earth. The landscape above is barren, almost otherworldly, as if looking at a scene from another planet. At the surface, the mine entrance appears deceptively small, but beneath, a complex web of spiral tunnels and levels stretches for thousands of feet, carved meticulously into the rock. These tunnels wind and twist like veins through the mountain, carrying miners deeper into the heart of the earth. The San Jose mine is rich in minerals, primarily copper, but also traces of gold and silver. For decades, miners have risked their lives here, extracting the treasures hidden deep below, unaware that on this day the mine would turn from workplace to prison. As the dust settles, chaos erupts underground. Miners scramble, trying to reach the surface through trucks and narrow passageways. But it quickly becomes clear, the main ramp is completely blocked by a massive diorite boulder. Escape is impossible. Amid the panic, one man steps forward, shift supervisor Luis Urzua. Calm and composed, he begins organizing the group, gathering everyone in what becomes known as the refuge, a small emergency shelter carved into the mine. But the reality sinks in fast. Food is scarce. Water supplies are limited. The mental strain begins to show. Men who were strong and confident moments ago are now desperate, their fear palpable. The darkness is no longer just physical. It creeps into their minds, threatening hope itself. In the days that follow, survival becomes a painstaking routine. The miners ration what little food they have. One cookie, a small bowl of broth, every other day. Water is carefully measured, often contaminated and bitter. Leadership shifts as Urzua, the natural organizer, steps aside at times to allow others to lead in specialized roles. Pastor Jose Henriquez brings spiritual guidance, leading prayers that keep morale from collapsing entirely. But fear and uncertainty are constant companions. Isolation presses in from every side, and the thought of never being rescued lingers in every mind. Yet, ingenuity surfaces. Miners repair flashlights, invent systems to simulate day and night, and establish routines to maintain some sense of normalcy. Every day becomes a test of endurance, of willpower, and of human resilience. Survival is not just about physical strength. It is about the ability to adapt and persevere when hope feels like a distant memory. Above ground, the story is just beginning. Families of the trapped miners face helplessness and frustration. Communication is impossible. Conflicting media reports fuel their fear. They have no way of knowing if their loved ones are alive or gone. Into this chaos steps Maria Segovia, the mother of one of the miners. She becomes the driving force behind Camp Hope, a small encampment of tents outside the mine entrance. Day after day, the families bang pots and pans, protest, and demand attention, refusing to be ignored. Their determination does more than organize. They become the voice of the miners. Through their relentless efforts, global attention begins to focus on the San Jose mine. The world watches, and hope, fragile as it may be, begins to shine from the surface to the darkness below. As the days pass above ground, hope and desperation clash in equal measure. Enter Andre Sugaray, a seasoned mining engineer and rescue specialist brought in from the El Teniente mine, one of Chile's largest operations. Sugaray immediately assesses the situation and takes command. Realizing the complexity of extracting 33 men from deep beneath tons of rock, multiple strategies are devised simultaneously. Plan A, Plan B, and Plan C all involve drilling boreholes to reach the refuge, each with different techniques, different drills, and different risks. The angles must be perfect. Even a deviation of a few degrees could mean missing the trapped miners entirely. Sugure doesn't stop there. The ventilation shafts previously abandoned are revisited. Climbers risk dangerous climbs to attempt entry, only to discover that the unstable diorite block continues to shift, threatening total collapse. Every attempt is met with failure. Drill bits break, holes bend off course, rocks fall unpredictably. Each setback heightens the stakes. Time is running out, and the miners' lives hang in the balance. The operation becomes a complex, high-stakes puzzle where every decision could mean life or death. Then, on August 22nd, after 17 days underground, the impossible happens. One of the drills finally reaches a cavern near the target. A tapping sound resonates through the drill. Faint, but unmistakable. Could it be? A camera is lowered. Initially, emptiness stares back, but then, attached to the drill, are small pieces of paper tied with rubber tubing. Carefully unwrapped, they contain messages from the trapped men. One confirms the shocking truth. "We are well in the refuge, the 33. The announcement spreads like wildfire. For the first time in over 2 weeks, the miners' families and rescuers breathe. Supplies are sent down immediately. Glucose gel, clean water, vitamins, and a communication line is established. Roles underground are organized. Yanni Barrios, a miner with medical knowledge, is appointed resident doctor, checking vitals and administering medicine. Morale surges. For the first time, survival feels possible, though extraction remains an enormous challenge. With confirmation of life, the extraction plans move into motion. 3 different strategies are employed to drill a rescue shaft wide enough for a Phoenix capsule, a specially designed rescue pod engineered with advice from NASA. But the mine refuses to yield easily. Plan C's massive oil rig constantly drifts off target. Plan B's drill bit breaks, blocking progress entirely. Plan A's hydraulics fail. Anxiety mounts both above and below ground. The miners, already exhausted, feel every setback as a personal threat to their lives. Ingenious solutions emerge. Engineers retrieve broken bits and recalibrate drills. Days stretch into weeks, and finally, Plan B succeeds. The borehole is widened enough to allow human passage. Extraction begins. Foreman Florencio Avalos is first, the strongest and most capable of navigating potential issues. 15 tense minutes later, he emerges into sunlight, greeted by cheers, tears, and the embrace of his family. One by one, all 33 miners ascend, each journey a triumph of courage and engineering, with President Sebastián Piñera present to witness the historic rescue. The miners are free, but the story does not end there. Physical and psychological evaluations confirm that most are in surprisingly good condition, given the ordeal. A pact is formed among the men. The details of their survival remain tightly controlled, told only through agreed-upon channels, protecting the shared narrative from exploitation. Yet, the media spins its own stories. Rumors and sensational headlines spread. Some miners are portrayed as opportunists, seeking fame and wealth, while others are subjected to false narratives about personal scandals. Reality is far more complex. Compensation is minimal, legal accountability for the mine owners never materializes, and many miners eventually return to work, some back to mining, the only life they've ever known. The Chilean mine rescue becomes more than a story of survival. It is a lesson in leadership, solidarity, and human resilience. Perseverance can take many forms, whether it is the courage of the miners or the relentless ingenuity of the rescuers above ground. The San Jose Mine Rescue stands as a testament to what humans can endure and overcome. It shows that hope, leadership, and unity can shine even in the darkest moments. Such stories remind us that resilience is not just about surviving, but about thriving together under pressure. And while the world may move on, the courage displayed by the miners and their families remains a timeless example of human perseverance. It is a story of danger, determination, and triumph. A story that continues to inspire long after the dust has settled. In the end, the Chile mine rescue is more than a historical event. It is living proof of what human beings can endure and what we can overcome when hope refuses to die. 33 men walked into the depths believing the worst. Yet they rose again as symbols of unity, courage, and the unbreakable human spirit. Their survival reminds us that even in the deepest darkness, strength can still shine, and resilience can still carry us forward. This wasn't just a rescue, it was a message, carved in rock, carried through silence, and remembered forever. And if a story like this moved you, imagine the ones you haven't heard yet. History is filled with moments just as unbelievable, just as dramatic, and just as human, waiting to be discovered. So if you want to step into the next forgotten chapter of our world, the next mystery, the next disaster, the next triumph, stay with me. Subscribe and let's uncover the untold stories of history together.